are now tuned in to More to the Story, the podcast. I am your host, Jada Sharice, a woman of God, a published writer, editor, poet, spoken word artist, blogger, and now a published author. I'm sitting here looking at my book like, wow, I really did it. I put it off, I lost focus, I took a break from writing, and now my book is complete. Brokenness That Made Me Whole, my first poetry meets storytelling book. But how did all this start, right? Well, I was finally, at a point where I was getting 8 years of a relationship out of my system. And the more I made an exit, the more I realized that it was a blessing. I went from being hurt to being angry to being bitter to finding peace and happiness in the breakup. So I decided to encourage other women with Facebook stories and different posts, reminding them about their worth because sometimes we need that. I reminded them about self love, about not settling. I had a story to tell. It was my job to uplift and inspire other women, which then led to my blog, More to the Story, where I write about love and romance, my relationship with God, the truth about being black in America. Now, let's really get into this, okay? Plenty of women have been broken, they've been cheated on, they've leveled up, or child, they might still be stuck. So what makes my love story so different? Because we done all been through it, right? I write because I know that women can relate. So what makes me so different? See, this isn't your same old I got my heart broken story. It's the I've been broken, but I'm better. The moments I'm not proud of, but I learned my lesson. That I picked myself up and took back everything that was taken. That I dusted myself off and cleaned my hands of people that didn't deserve me. That I submitted to God and He turned everything around for me. That I'm with the man I was praying for a story. But it was a process, and I take you through each stage in my book. This book here is for women who's been hurt but want to love again. For women wanting to break the cycle of convenience and comfort with their ex. Girl, I feel where you coming from. I have been through it. This is for the woman who needs encouragement during her single stage. For the woman who needs strength to walk away from someone who should actually be in her past. And I mean that when I say that, because it's a lot of women who's with someone when she know he should be in her past. I share stories and poems of how I lost myself, how I became the person who hurt me by hurting others emotionally, starting with the woman he hurt me with. A man I met, he was so perfect to me and persistent, but I couldn't give him all of me because pieces of me were scattered in my past. These are all the things that I learned when I figured out that I was damaged, that I was hurt, that I had really been through some things, and I realized that I wasn't ready to move on with someone else because I hadn't healed myself. So I had to cleanse myself. I had to set boundaries and ask God to recreate me for the man who was trying to love me because he was nothing like my past and I was so damaged. I had to regroup. I had to submit to God, which led to peace, healing, and overflow in all things, including love. So from my past relationships and time wasted in situationships, the ugly yesterday to the beautiful today, I share different chapters of my life with you because I once too was broken, but I am whole again. Did it happen overnight? Not at all. I had to spend a lot of time by myself. I had to really deal with it. I had to do a lot of praying, and I also had to set boundaries, which was key for me. Setting boundaries. Here's a poem from my book titled Boundaries. No, you can't make sure I'm good or check in. Because old habits continue, the cycle gets repeated, and I get thrown off thinking it's you that I'm needing. Thinking what we had was long lasting, but it was only convenience. It's no bad blood, I'm still close with his family. Nope. Having them at arm's reach means your ex is too. Telling people, we got history, I don't want him, we just cool. Looking them in the face thinking, who am I trying to convince? Me or you? We cannot be friends during the healing process. I have to stop thinking about what I'm used to and just stop. Stop everything with you. Because leaving that door open leaves the door of comfortability, the door of easy access. That same door I left open for you, causing me to stay where I should have been left. Just because I cut all ties doesn't mean that I'm bitter. It means I'm creating a safe zone, a clean environment to heal in. So I'm setting boundaries. I'm protecting my peace. I'm protecting my space. I need to delete this thread because all I see is your face. I need to block you and your friends' social media. I've been spending more time on y'all page than mine, secretly waiting for you to pop up on my timeline. I need to block your number and stop checking on your mama. I have to get rid of this soft spot for you because you know what to say every time and what to do. We just don't need any kind of connections. I feel like when you finally can't reach me in no way, you'll get the message. So I'm setting boundaries. I'm protecting my peace. I'm protecting my space. Boundaries is so important, but you have to be ready to set them. You have to be ready to let go. In this book, I mean, everything that I write, when I get up there and I do spoken word pieces, it comes from experience. I share my most vulnerable moments and I speak about things I'm not proud of, but I find strength and courage because I know there's someone out there making the same mistakes I did. There is someone out there who has left in her mind 30 times, but yet she's still with someone who doesn't deserve her. I know that there's someone who gets lonely on the weekends and you end up where you said you wasn't going back. I know because I was her too. So, with all that being said, I have so many episodes in store for you. Is this podcast only for women? No, of course not. I show men lots of love too. You just got to read my blogs and stay tuned in because I promise I look out for y'all. I am not bashing y'all at all. And I know that, we have different perspectives. We think differently. Y'all might think what y'all, you know what, and y'all might say we think what our whatever. No, but I really want to dig deep into that, the different perspectives. So I want to hear from the men too. I need to get down to the bottom of the way we think and how we feel. So I'll have different topics and debates, millennials and our perspectives, men and women discussions, and even dating now versus then. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss these stories. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Jada Sharise, JADASHARISE. My Facebook, Jada S. Moore. And make sure you subscribe to my blog at jadasharise.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. Shout out to HausHill Media and what we're getting ready to do together. And until next time, because there is always more to the story. It wasn't the way that he touched me, it was the way that he talked to me. It was the way that he looked at me, wanting to connect with me mentally. It was the questions he asked in return, the time he put in studying me, willing to learn. It was him repeating what I said to get a better understanding and to clarify. It was the effort he put in to get my attention.
It's only entertainment.